I've been an employee at Hugh's Catering for 16 years. I'd like to go over some key points for your training here. First off, we're going to start at arriving at the venue, whether it's in-house here at Hugh's Culinary or off-premises. We ask that you arrive 15 minutes prior to your call time. And if you're unfamiliar with the address, please go ahead and Google it. You know, nothing is more distracting to me than if I'm on the phone talking to people trying to get them to the venue. We also ask when you arrive on an off-premises party that you park possibly 2 or 3 houses from the client's house. We'd like to reserve parking in front of the house for the guest. Also, when you arrive there, make sure you meet with your MOD, and then she or he can give you further instructions on what to do. Unless the truck is there, I would like to go ahead and ask you to wait outside and not bother the client. Knock on the door. If we have a large party, that could be as many as 15 people knocking on the client's door. When you're scheduled for a party at Hughes, you'll receive an email from StaffMate, and that will give you all the details of the party, the time, date, and venue, and uniform. If you're working a venue off-site, you need to wear a setup shirt and then change into your uniform. For an off-premise party, please arrive wearing your setup shirt 15 minutes prior to the event. You need to change into your uniform, your pressed uniform. When you arrive at your party, the MOD will give you specific instructions on what to do. If you're scheduled to work at Hughes Catering, please arrive in your proper uniform. Manager on duty, MOD, will serve as the on-site manager of the event. The MOD is responsible for directing staff, making decisions, and overseeing the event. Suggestions from the staff are encouraged, but the MOD's authority should never be questioned. When signing in with your MOD, please check to see that your name, time in, and time out are correct on the staffing sheet in the event file. You're going to be receiving an email of Hughes Manual. It's going to go into greater depth about employee policies, calling in, personal belongings, work schedules, appearances and grooming, personal belongings, work schedules, phone calls to office, and employee information. Once you're scheduled as an MOD for a party, it is your responsibility to contact the event coordinator to go over details of the party, such as setup, timeline, preferences. First thing off the truck is usually the food, and obviously that's going to the kitchen. Then if the party requires tables and chairs, then that's the next thing off. Also linens for the tables. Then the containers, and they're going to go into the designated spots, and I'd like you to go ahead and keep them open. That way you can just glance at them and know what's in them, hopefully. Then, depending on what type of party it is, the MOD will designate someone to start setting tables with the flatware, napkins, glassware, and the bartenders will start taking care of their bar. That possibly will mean icing down wine and beer and setting up their bar with glassware. After unloading everything, make sure that you have everything. Now is the time, not during the party hours. Make sure you have all the linens that you need, crackers. Make sure all your food items are packed. Silverware, glassware. Now is the time to do it, not during the party hours. As MOD, one of your duties is to make sure everyone has a proper uniform. Everything is properly ironed and clean. Also, during party hours, make sure that everyone is working, so there's no loitering back by the kitchen, eating back there on undesignated times, or hanging around the bar. As MOD, make sure that you have a pre-shift meeting. That way everyone knows what their duties are as far as the bartenders, serving hors d'oeuvres, cleanup, and also the breakdown. Everyone needs to have a job. They need to know whether it's doing the chairs, doing the linens, tables. Make sure as an MOD that you have a timeline. The bar, obviously the bar is going to start the party off, and we usually do an hour of hors d'oeuvres if that is what the client wanted. And then we go into dinner, whether it's a buffet or a sit-down dinner. Buffet, I like to light the chafers a half an hour ahead of time, give them time to heat up. Keep the sternos usually about half open. I would say I would like the buffet to be totally finished, totally complete in half an hour before a guest arrive, and also make sure that everyone is dressed at least 15 minutes before guests arrive, and all miscellaneous items, containers, glass racks, everything out of sight of the clients. After dinner, it's always good to touch base with the client to make sure when they want dessert served, and coffee. Coffee should have been made ahead of time just to make sure that the coffee maker is working. If it looks like the party is not starting to wind down and the party hours are almost over, you need to talk with the client and explain to them that we are going to be going into overtime. This is the proper way to set a table at Hugh's Culinary. We like the line in the middle of the table going north and south. We start off with the salad fork, dinner fork, the napkin, and the dinner knife. We have the dessert fork and dessert spoon or coffee spoon. We start off with the water glass, which is farthest away, and then the white wine glass, and then we have the red wine glass.